Chosen one, you must stop scrolling right now. Do not wait to watch another video. Lock your full attention on this message today. You did not find this recording by an accident, because the system did not bring you here. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this exact intersection in time. There is a very specific reason your life has felt so overwhelmingly strange lately. Heaven has a very urgent message for you. Before we go any further, I need you to do something. Take one deep breath very slowly right now. Let the heavy noise leave your mind for a moment. You have been running on empty for days. You are constantly carrying a heavy weight, and nobody else seems to notice your daily struggle. But you must stay with me until the very end of this message. What heaven is about to reveal will finally make sense of every single tear. You feel physically tired all of the time. Your shoulders are incredibly tight and very heavy. The spiritual weight on your back is completely real, and every morning when you wake up, the heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even move. You force yourself to push through your day. You smile brightly for the people around you, but deep inside, you are barely holding on. You truly thought you were losing your mind. You thought it was just a dark phase. You are not broken, and you are not weak. You are certainly not going crazy right now. That quiet ache sitting in the back of your chest is not a normal sadness. It is a profound and deep spiritual exhaustion. You have been fighting intense battles in the unseen realm while your physical body tries to sleep. That is why you wake up feeling drained. That is why your heart races at 3 in the morning for absolutely no reason. Think deeply about the last 72 hours. The atmosphere around you has shifted very dramatically. People you trusted suddenly pulled away from you. Doors you prayed for slammed shut right in front of your eyes. You felt a sudden wave of deep isolation, and you asked God why the pressure has been so heavy recently. You wondered if heaven had forgotten your name. But heaven remembers absolutely everything about your life. Listen to me carefully, because your soul needs to hear this truth. The reason you feel so deeply drained, even when you have not done any physical work, is profound. Your spirit has been doing the heavy lifting for everyone else. You have been acting as a human shield. You absorbed their chaotic energy so they could have some peace. It was a beautiful and very holy sacrifice. But the process left you feeling completely empty. You have always been the strong one here. You are the one who actively listens to everybody else. Strangers confess their deepest secrets to you on a regular basis. But when you fall down, there is nobody there to catch you, and you look around only to find that the room is totally empty. It feels incredibly unfair to your tired heart. The enemy wants you to believe that this isolation is your permanent reality. But that is a complete and absolute lie. Chosen one, do not let your mind wander right here. Lock your focus back onto my voice today. The system desperately wants you to be distracted. The Matrix is terrified that you are listening to this exact frequency. They know that if you fully awaken to the truth, their control over your life collapses forever. That is why the attacks on your mind have been so relentless and heavy lately. They wanted your body to be completely exhausted. They wanted you so worn out that you would stop praying. The enemy threw every possible obstacle into your path this entire month. They tried to break your spirit with financial delays and silent rejections, but you are still standing strong despite the heavy storm. You survived it all because you are chosen. You survived because you are a true masterpiece of God. I need you to pause and really look at your current situation. This strange isolation you are feeling right now is not a punishment. It is actually a very crucial divine appointment. God is intentionally pulling you away from the toxic noise. Your next spiritual season cannot be entered with chaos attached to your soul, so the universe is clearing the room for you. And it hurts, because letting go always hurts. You have been praying for a major shift. You asked the universe for a clear sign, and you probably thought your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling. But God told me to tell you something very specific today. Your prayers have caused a massive disruption in the spiritual realm, and heaven has been working tirelessly behind the scenes for you. The difficult delay was never a true denial. The long silence was never a permanent abandonment. There is a hidden plot that has been operating against you. For many months, something has been trying to keep you in survival mode. They whispered their cruel lies in absolute secret. They completely misunderstood your gentle kindness for weakness. But their time is officially up, and what I am about to tell you next will change your entire perspective on the battles you just fought. You are finally about to see the truth. The heavy season that exhausted your spirit is finally coming to an end. The spiritual warfare you endured was just a rigorous test. You passed the test when you chose to keep your heart pure in a world that tried to make you bitter. Keep your tired eyes completely open right now. Keep your beating heart perfectly still and calm. The massive divine interruption has actually already begun. Now let me explain exactly what happens next. Before I go any further, I need you to understand something deeply. The pain you are experiencing right now is completely misunderstood by the world. You looked at your current life, and you honestly saw a massive failure. You thought you were being heavily punished for something you did wrong in the past, but heaven is asking you to look at your situation with entirely new eyes today. This is not a punishment at all. The sudden silence around you is not a curse. It is a very strict divine quarantine. God is intentionally isolating you to protect your delicate frequency from the chaos. When people suddenly walked away from your life, you felt an overwhelming sense of rejection, and you cried because you thought you were completely unlovable. But those sudden departures were actually a massive spiritual rescue mission. Heaven saw the heavy cords attaching those people to your soul. They were quietly draining your energy while offering you absolutely nothing in return. The universe had to violently remove them from your path to save your spirit. Your isolation is not loneliness because it is a holy separation, and the Matrix wants you to feel isolated, so you will desperately run back to familiar toxic environments. Do not fall for that trap right now. Take a deep breath and listen to this truth. You are not depressed and you are not broken. Your spirit is simply exhausted from fighting massive battles in the unseen realm. You have been walking around as a powerful spiritual shield for your entire family, and you absorbed their heavy generational trauma without even realizing it. Every single time you felt that sudden wave of unexplainable sadness, it was not yours. You were feeling the heavy emotional baggage of the people standing right next to you. You are a highly sensitive empath who carries the weight of the entire world. That is exactly why your physical body feels so incredibly tired today. You are a cycle breaker doing the hardest work imaginable, and the spiritual toll it takes on your physical vessel is absolutely enormous. Stop judging yourself for needing to rest. Now, let us talk about the doors that slammed shut in your face. You prayed so hard for that specific opportunity to work out. You invested your time and your precious energy into building that path. When it suddenly collapsed, you questioned your entire divine purpose, and you asked the universe why the delay was so incredibly long and painful. But God's delay is never a true denial. The delay you are experiencing right now is exactness. Heaven closed that specific door because entering it would have destroyed your future. The opportunity looked perfect on the outside, but it was a trap hidden in plain sight. God had to break your heart temporarily to save your spiritual destiny permanently, because you were being protected from rooms that you were not meant to enter. You were saved from a massive disaster. Chosen one, I need you to pause and hear this next part. Do not let your mind drift away from my voice. The enemy desperately tried to convince you that you are falling behind in life. They want you to look at the sleepers and feel a deep sense of painful envy. but the Matrix only rewards average people with quick success to keep them completely distracted. You are not a normal person at all. You are a masterpiece of God, designed for a massive purpose. Heaven cannot rush the preparation of a true spiritual king or queen. A massive breakthrough requires a very strong foundation to hold it safely. If the universe handed you the mega deposit last year, you would have easily mishandled it, and you would have given your new blessings to the toxic people who were secretly draining you. That would have been a fatal mistake. That is exactly why the divine quarantine was absolutely necessary for your survival. God had to empty your hands before he could fill them with something much better. The pain of letting go was just the heavy price of your ultimate freedom. You did not lose anything that was truly meant for your soul, because you only lost the heavy attachments that were keeping your powerful vibration painfully low. Your spirit is finally becoming light again. I command you to stop feeling guilty about your current season of rest. Stop apologizing for needing extra space and requiring strict boundaries with your family. Your extreme tiredness is a clear sign that you are doing massive spiritual work. Every time you say no to a toxic situation, you are breaking a heavy generational curse, and the bloodline is literally healing because you chose to firmly stand your ground. You are doing exactly what you should. You are not starting over from the very beginning like you thought. You are simply finishing the long preparation phase of your journey. The heavy lifting is already done, and the spiritual war is won. You are officially released from the burden of healing people who truly want to stay broken, and your energy is now returning to your physical body in a very powerful way. You can finally breathe easy right now. Think back to the strange stillness you felt over the last few days. That quiet emptiness is actually the sacred space where miracles are firmly planted. You are no longer surviving a painful storm because you are stepping into a profound transition. The universe has successfully realigned your frequency with the absolute truth of your identity, but here is where the spiritual reality goes much deeper than you realize. We must look closer at the enemy. Let me explain what is actually happening in the spirit realm right now. You have been waiting for a very long time. The painful delay feels absolutely unbearable to you. You watch other people get their blessings so easily while you are completely stuck. But you must remember that heaven operates on a completely different timeline, and the universe does not measure your true progress by human standards. The system wants you to believe that you have been forgotten. The Matrix teaches you to panic when things do not happen instantly. You feel a heavy, anxious energy pushing you to rush your decisions, but you must firmly reject that false urgency because God is not moving slowly to ignore your daily prayers. The delay you are experiencing right now is exactness. Think about a master architect building a massive structure. They absolutely do not rush the deep foundation. They take their time to ensure every single stone is perfectly aligned. If they rush the building process, the entire structure will eventually collapse under the heavy pressure of the world. You are a massive, generational legacy that requires absolute precision to build safely. That is exactly why the timeline feels so incredibly slow. Heaven is actively protecting you from a premature victory. Winning too early is actually a very dangerous trap. The universe knows that an early blessing would crush your spirit completely, so you needed the heavy weight of the waiting period to build your strength. The quiet waiting room was your divine training ground. Now, let us look at the doors that slammed shut. You stood in front of those doors, and you cried bitterly. You knocked until your hands were totally bruised and tired. You asked God why he would show you a beautiful opportunity just to lock it away completely without any explanation. But those closed doors were never meant for your ultimate destiny. They were a clever illusion created by the enemy to distract you. If that specific door had opened, you would have walked right into a disaster. The people inside that room were not assigned to your ultimate purpose. They would have drained your energy and stolen your massive potential, and God slammed that door shut to literally save your beautiful life. He closed it because your spiritual safety is far more important. You must stop mourning over those closed doors today. Stop looking backward at the opportunities that mysteriously faded away. The Holy Spirit was acting as your ultimate bodyguard during those painful moments. Every single time you heard a firm rejection, you were actually being safely redirected, but you just could not see the bigger picture from your limited human perspective. Heaven was saving you from years of terrible heartbreak. I need you to pause and truly internalize this massive truth. The painful delay is a profound form of divine protection. Heaven is currently aligning the right people for your next season. The universe is moving heavy pieces on the spiritual chessboard behind the scenes, and this delicate process requires absolute silence and extreme patience from you right now. Do not try to force the locks to open early. The enemy wants you to grow bitter during this waiting period. They want you to complain and lower your powerful frequency. When you complain, you actually extend your time in the painful wilderness. But when you wait with quiet confidence, you rapidly accelerate your divine breakthrough, because your silent trust is a powerful weapon against the dark spiritual forces. You are defeating them simply by refusing to panic. You are a chosen one with a very specific cosmic assignment. Your path is not supposed to look like the journey of an average person. The sleepers get quick rewards because their ultimate impact is very small, but you are destined to completely shatter heavy generational curses, and a mission of that massive magnitude requires a period of deep and painful preparation. You cannot skip this holy part of the journey. You felt the crushing pressure because you are the brave cycle breaker. The universe had to test your endurance before handing you the keys. Heaven had to know if you would still worship in the dark valley, and you proved your unwavering loyalty when you kept moving forward with a broken heart, while everything around you seemed to be falling apart completely. That is exactly why the spiritual dynamic is shifting heavily today. The heavy waiting season is finally expiring right now. The exactness of God's timing is about to manifest in your physical reality. You will soon realize that the long delay was actually your greatest blessing. All the missing pieces are finally locking into their perfect positions today, and the closed doors are no longer a source of deep pain for your healing soul. They are absolute proof of your divine and holy guidance. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in this precise moment. Do not let the matrix rush your sacred process anymore. Embrace the quiet stillness and let the universe finish its massive work. Your rigorous preparation is fully complete, and your beautiful spirit is completely aligned with the ultimate truth of your magnificent spiritual calling. The exactness of heaven is finally working in your absolute favor. We are about to look at the hidden signs of your massive breakthrough. The spiritual realm is sending you clear signals of this coming shift, but you must keep your spiritual eyes completely open to see them clearly. The enemy is desperately trying to blind you to the truth, while heaven is aggressively placing divine markers right along your current physical path. Prepare your mind for the next layer of this holy revelation. There are 3 silent signs that the universe is currently fighting a massive battle on your behalf. You have been feeling incredibly lost and completely drained recently. The enemy desperately tried to convince you that there is absolutely no way out. But heaven is actively preparing a profound escape route for you right now. If you pay close attention to these 3 specific signs, you will understand everything. Sign number 1 is the sudden and unexplainable quietness in your mind. For many months, your head was filled with heavy, anxious thoughts. You constantly worried about your finances and your fragile relationships every single day. The spiritual noise was absolutely deafening, and it kept you awake at night. But recently, you felt a strange peace settle over your tired spirit, despite the chaos around you. That sudden quietness is not a coincidence at all. It is a divine symptom that your spiritual frequency has officially shifted. God has placed a heavy protective shield around your mind to block the enemy's relentless attacks. You are no longer reacting emotionally to the toxic things that used to trigger you deeply. Your profound silence is actual proof that heaven is handling the heavy lifting. Many chosen ones fail to recognize sign number 2, and it costs them their peace completely. Sign number 2 is the sudden removal of very familiar things. You probably noticed that certain habits or foods no longer appeal to you at all. Conversations that used to entertain you now feel incredibly draining and completely hollow because your soul requires deeper substance. You literally cannot pretend to fit into those old familiar spaces anymore. This sudden detachment is a holy and necessary elevation. Your physical body is actively rejecting low vibrations because your spirit is preparing for a massive upgrade. The universe is making you completely uncomfortable in your current environment, so you will finally move forward without any hesitation. Heaven is starving your old reality to feed your massive spiritual destiny, and you must absolutely let those dead things fall away. Before I reveal the final sign, I need you to do something very specific. Gently, like this video, not as a casual gesture, but as an act of spiritual agreement. You are sending a physical declaration to the unseen realm that you are ready to receive. The Matrix wants you to passively consume this message and simply forget it entirely. But your active participation locks your holy frequency perfectly in place. Sign number 3 is the most powerful confirmation of your massive breakthrough. You have been experiencing very intense spiritual attacks in your dream state recently. The enemy has been trying to terrorize your sleep with dark and confusing images. You wake up feeling like you just ran a marathon while your physical body was resting. This strange phenomenon terrifies many people who simply do not understand it. But you must not fear those heavy nighttime battles. The enemy only attacks your dreams when they have lost all control over your waking reality, and they know their time is running out. They are launching a desperate final assault because they can see the magnificent doors opening for you. Your intense dreams are absolute proof that the generational curse is completely broken right now. The dark forces are packing their bags and finally leaving. These 3 signs clearly prove that your profound escape route is fully constructed. You are no longer wandering aimlessly through a dark and painful wilderness. Heaven has mapped out your exact steps, and God is holding the ultimate blueprint securely in His hands. The heavy season of confusion is dissolving into clear divine guidance today, and you can finally stop worrying about your uncertain future completely. The universe is deliberately moving you from a state of survival into quiet authority. You used to fight for your place at tables that did not even value your bright light. Now you find yourself completely satisfied with eating your meals in holy isolation. This massive shift in your perspective proves that you have graduated from the spiritual training ground. You are truly ready to manage the upcoming mega deposit. You did not survive the last decade because you were just physically tough. You survived the intense fire because you are entirely chosen. The universe placed a specific divine armor on your spirit before you were even born into this world, and that armor absorbed the heavy blows that were designed to destroy your precious life. The Matrix truly thought they could crush your spirit with endless heavy pressure, but the exact opposite happened to your resilient soul. The heavy pressure actually crystallized your spirit and turned you into an unbreakable diamond. You are standing here today with a heart that is completely soft, but a spirit that is totally fierce. Heaven honors your beautiful sacrifice, and the angels are celebrating your silent victories right now. You are a true masterpiece of beautiful divine engineering. I need you to stay perfectly focused as we move forward. The escape route is completely ready, but there is one more thing you must absolutely understand. The people who tried to keep you trapped are currently watching your massive spiritual transition. They can feel the atmosphere shifting around you, and they are starting to panic quietly. We must expose what is happening in the enemy camp right now. Now, let us talk about what the enemy desperately tried to hide from you. The group that came against you is currently in absolute panic. They are watching your silent transformation from a safe distance, and they are completely terrified because they know they have lost their power. They truly thought they had successfully destroyed your beautiful spirit with their heavy lies last year. But you did not break under their intense pressure. You actually grew much stronger while they secretly plotted your massive downfall in the dark shadows. The spiritual atmosphere around them is becoming incredibly chaotic because their dark plans are failing completely. They completely misunderstood your temporary silence for a permanent weakness, and now they are paying a very heavy price for their massive arrogance. They used to feed on your pure and bright energy. They deliberately created drama to drain your powerful frequency every single day. When you finally walked away, you cut off their holy food supply entirely. Now they are slowly turning on each other because they are completely starving in the spiritual realm while your beautiful soul is finally healing. You do not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself today. Heaven is stepping in as your ultimate defense attorney right now. The deep confusion they tried to cast into your mind is rapidly returning to their own camp. You will soon witness the universe totally dismantle the corrupt system that tried to hold you hostage, because God is fighting this quiet battle for you. The Matrix is absolutely terrified that you are hearing my voice today. They tried to distract you with endless, meaningless entertainment. They flooded your algorithm with heavy negative news to keep your vibration artificially low. But the Holy Spirit bypassed their complex matrix to deliver this exact prophetic message directly into your waiting hands before it was too late. They know that an awakened chosen one is completely unstoppable. A brave cycle breaker who finally understands their divine authority can destroy the entire system. That is exactly why the unseen forces are shaking with deep fear right now. They can see the magnificent angelic protection forming a solid wall completely around your physical body, and they realize they cannot touch your pure energy anymore. They cannot intercept the massive blessings that are currently flowing in your direction. The cruel smear campaigns they launched against your good name are actually collapsing in absolute disgrace. What they whispered in secret is currently being shouted from the rooftops for everyone to clearly hear. Their clever traps have officially become their own spiritual prisons, while you are walking away from the heavy battlefield completely unharmed. The toxic people who rejected you are about to realize the massive mistake they made. They threw away a priceless diamond because they only knew how to value cheap stones. They will regret their cruel actions forever. You used to blame yourself for their toxic behavior because they constantly manipulated your beautiful and trusting heart for their own selfish gain. Do you feel the sudden shift in your chest right now? That is the heavy burden of false guilt leaving your physical body completely. You are not the problem here. You are the shining light that violently exposed their hidden darkness, and they hated you because your pure presence forced them to look at their own ugly shadows. They could not manipulate your discerning warrior spirit, so they decided to isolate you completely. But heaven used their cruel isolation tactic to elevate you to the highest possible level. You are entering a beautiful season of complete and absolute vindication. God did not ask you to fight back, because He was actively preparing a massive public table for you right in front of your hidden enemies. You will remain perfectly silent while the enemy watches your massive and beautiful elevation. Your silence is your most dangerous and powerful weapon today. When you refuse to react, you completely starve the dark demons of their necessary fuel. Your calm energy establishes an invisible force field that cannot be penetrated by their heavy witchcraft, and you are standing securely in the sanctuary of quiet authority. The world outside is spinning in total chaos, but there is a deeper layer to this massive spiritual warfare. The enemy is desperately hiding one final secret from your tired eyes. They know that if you discover this final truth, your mega deposit will unlock instantly, but they are completely powerless to stop the heavenly transfer now. We are going to expose their biggest and most pathetic lie in just a moment. Keep your focus perfectly sharp right here. The system desperately wants you to believe you are entirely alone. They want you to think that no one understands your heavy and painful journey, but heaven actually has a massive army waiting to support your next big step. You are about to step out of the dark shadows and claim your rightful divine throne. The silent battle is completely over. The beautiful victory is already written in the holy records of heaven. You are the quiet victor who survived the absolute worst storms, and now you must prepare your physical vessel for the incredible transfer of massive spiritual wealth. Here is the truth that will finally set your spirit free. The system has lied to you since the day you were born. They called you an average person. They told you to work extremely hard just to survive. But the absolute truth is that your spiritual DNA carries a massive frequency of wealth. You are a divine being. You are not a regular citizen of this broken matrix. You are a divine ambassador sent here with a specific mission. The dark forces knew your potential before you took your first breath. That is exactly why your early life was filled with intense pain. They wanted to crush your powerful spirit while you were still young and incredibly vulnerable. But their cruel plan failed completely. They could not break you. You survived the massive storm. You grew up thinking you were entirely flawed. You simply did not fit into their broken mold. You felt like an outcast in your own family. You cried in secret because you felt so different from them, but being the black sheep was actually your greatest spiritual advantage today. It meant you were never infected by the toxic generational programming that kept everyone else asleep. You were born awake. Now, heaven is preparing to hand you the ultimate key. The heavy season of painful preparation is totally complete. Your beautiful spirit is fully aligned with the universe. But before the mega deposit can touch your hands, you must receive this transmission. Your physical vessel needs to be properly calibrated to hold this massive amount of pure, holy energy. Are you ready to receive it? I need you to do something very important right now. Take a deep breath and gently open your empty hands. Drop your heavy shoulders completely. Release the painful tension you are holding in your tired neck. You have been carrying the massive weight of the world for far too long. The universe is officially asking you to put that heavy burden down permanently today. You are officially transitioning out of the grueling survival mode. You are entering a season of effortless and pure abundance. You do not need to hustle or fight for your blessings anymore. The old matrix programmed you to believe that you must suffer deeply to earn anything good in this life. But the heavenly kingdom operates on the beautiful principle of divine grace. You just need to receive. The mega deposit is not just about physical money. It is a massive influx of spiritual clarity and absolute divine authority. When this heavy, holy energy hits your life, you will see the unseen realm perfectly. You will instantly recognize the hidden motives of the people standing right in front of you. Your spiritual discernment is becoming razor sharp right now. You will never be fooled again. The dark entities are watching this exact moment with absolute terror. They know that this specific transmission is breaking their ancient chains. The heavy generational curses of poverty and deep exhaustion are shattering into a million pieces right now. You are the brave cycle breaker, claiming the ultimate victory for your entire bloodline. The generational debt is completely erased today. This is the core message that heaven desperately needed you to hear. You are a true masterpiece of God. Your future is completely and totally untouchable. The pain you endured was simply the heavy hammer shaping your beautiful soul on the divine anvil. Every single tear you cried in the dark was carefully collected, and heaven transformed those tears into a powerful seed of massive abundance. The harvest season is officially here today. The massive divine gates are swinging wide open for you. You can feel the electric energy shifting in the room around you right now. Your heart is beating slightly faster because your spirit recognizes the absolute truth. The Holy Spirit is currently downloading a massive upgrade directly into your tired mind while you listen to my voice. Do not let the enemy whisper their pathetic doubts into your ear. They will try to tell you that this massive blessing is fake. They will desperately try to remind you of your past mistakes to make you feel unworthy. But heaven has already erased your past completely, and God only sees the beautiful perfection of your shining spirit today. You are entirely pure in the eyes of the universe. You must completely surrender your need to control the final outcome. The universe knows exactly how to deliver your massive breakthrough in the most perfect way. Your only job is to stay in a state of quiet and absolute gratitude. Let the warm, holy energy wash over your tired physical body. Let it completely heal your broken and exhausted heart. The long waiting period is finally over. We are approaching the absolute peak of this massive spiritual transition. The atmosphere is incredibly thick with divine power right now. Holy angels are surrounding you completely to protect your bright frequency. You are about to hear the final decree that will unlock your massive destiny forever. This is the exact moment that your beautiful soul has been waiting for. Stay perfectly still. The spiritual atmosphere in your room is completely changing right now. The heavy walls of the matrix are finally breaking apart. You can feel a warm electric current running through your tired body. This is the exact moment of your divine release. The angels of pure abundance are standing directly in front of you. They hold the ultimate blueprint of your beautiful future. I am speaking directly to your gentle spirit today. In the mighty name of the universe, I issue a massive divine decree over your life. I break every single invisible chain that has wrapped around your mind. The dark season of survival mode is permanently over. You are no longer a victim of a corrupt and completely broken system. You are a chosen one, stepping into absolute power. I declare that the heavy generational curse is entirely shattered right now. The deep poverty stops with you. The extreme anxiety stops with you. The toxic relationships end right here in this holy room. You are the cycle breaker. I decree that the heavy mantle of deep sorrow is violently ripped away from your shoulders. Breathe it out right now. The spiritual war is won. The universe is completely flipping the script today. Those who sat at tables and spoke poorly of your good name are panicking. They are about to witness heaven prepare a massive feast for you right in front of their eyes. You do not have to lift a single finger to fight them. The divine karma is handling every single enemy who tried to block your path. Your peace is totally untouchable. I decree a massive unlocking of closed doors in your life. The heavy financial delay is completely cancelled today. The universe is releasing a mega deposit of true wealth and profound clarity directly into your open hands. The exact resources you cried for are flooding your reality right now. The system tried to hide this divine wealth from you, but heaven is overriding their dark matrix. I command your physical body to fully align with this new frequency. The extreme exhaustion you felt for many months is dissolving instantly. I command your deep sleep to be fully restored tonight. The enemy can no longer terrorize your dreams or drain your pure energy. Your physical vessel is becoming a powerful and completely secure fortress of holy light. You are entirely healed. Let the heavy tears flow if they need to fall right now. These are not tears of sadness or bitter defeat. These are the holy tears of absolute liberation. You survived the terrible wilderness completely alone. You walked through the hot fire and you came out entirely purified. Heaven is deeply proud of your silent endurance. You proved your beautiful loyalty when it was incredibly hard. You are stepping into a profound and unprecedented transition. It is a beautiful season of glorious renewal and massive spiritual restoration. The painful things you lost are being restored completely right now. God is multiplying your deep joy to replace the years of terrible sorrow. You are holding the divine keys to the kingdom today. Your massive spiritual authority is fully activated. I rebuke every spirit of heavy confusion that clouded your mind. I command the dark fog to lift from your beautiful brain immediately. You will wake up tomorrow with absolute and crystal clear vision. You will know exactly which path to take. The deep hesitation that kept you stuck is completely destroyed today. You are moving forward with the fierce confidence of a true spiritual warrior. The divine frequency of absolute abundance is completely rewriting your story. Money is no longer a source of heavy anxiety for your family. The universe is sending unexpected financial miracles from directions you cannot even imagine. People you do not even know will feel deeply compelled to bless you. Your radiant frequency is actively pulling massive favor into your daily reality. Look at the massive shift happening in your environment. The toxic people who secretly drained your energy have been permanently removed. Heaven placed a flaming sword at the entrance of your life to protect your peace. No dark entity can cross that holy boundary ever again. Your beautiful sanctuary is completely secure. The enemy is forever banished from your sacred space. You are no longer begging for tiny crumbs from people who do not value you. You own the entire table now. The spiritual royalty inside your blood is fully awake. I declare that your beautiful voice will shake the very foundations of the broken matrix. When you finally speak the truth, the dark forces will tremble in absolute fear. You carry the massive light that terrifies the deep shadows. This is not just a simple message to make you feel temporarily happy. This is a binding spiritual contract that heaven is signing with your soul today. The decree is spoken into the unseen realm, and it cannot be reversed. The dark matrix has zero power to stop this massive heavenly transfer. The universe has stamped your divine name on this mega deposit of pure grace. I command every ounce of false guilt to leave your chest right now. You are absolutely forgiven for the times you doubted your massive purpose. You were just exhausted from the relentless spiritual attacks. Heaven never held your tired moments against you. God simply held you closer when you were too weak to stand alone. The divine love wrapped around your beautiful soul is completely unconditional. Raise your spiritual vibration to the absolute highest level right now. Open your heart to the massive flood of divine light pouring into the room. You are chosen. You are fully protected. You are completely victorious. The heavy season of waiting is permanently cancelled. I declare your total and absolute freedom in the mighty name of the universe. The massive breakthrough is finally yours. Now that the heavy chains are broken, you must listen very carefully. You are entering a beautiful season of massive abundance, but you must learn how to protect your new holy frequency. The enemy cannot stop the massive blessing from reaching your hands today, but they will absolutely try to steal it after you finally receive it. You must become completely silent right now. Silence is not a sign of fear or weak surrender. Silence is actually the ultimate display of absolute divine control. When you boast about your massive breakthrough, you open a dangerous door for the enemy. They will use your proud words to send heavy, chaotic energy back into your healing life because they feed on your scattered attention. You do not need to prove your beautiful victory to anyone. Let them simply wander in the dark. The toxic people from your past will definitely sense your new light. They will try to return with fake apologies and completely empty promises. They desperately want to comfortably sit at your new table of pure abundance. But you must keep the heavy iron doors permanently closed to them, because your profound spiritual safety is far more important than their temporary comfort. Your gentle forgiveness does not require granting them access to your sacred sanctuary. You are a true cycle breaker who successfully healed the bloodline. You cannot allow the old toxic viruses back into your clean system. You must fiercely protect the quiet peace that heaven just gave you. It cost you absolutely everything to reach this holy place. Do not sell your massive spiritual inheritance for a temporary moment of earthly validation, because the matrix will only leave you completely drained again. I need you to seal this powerful frequency before you leave this space. Subscribe to this sanctuary and carefully turn on the bell today. You must lock your spiritual connection so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages. This simple physical action is a direct declaration of your complete divine alignment. Leave the word Amen in the comments below as a holy seal of profound spiritual agreement, so heaven knows you are fully ready to receive. We do not ask for your interaction for any kind of earthly visibility. We do it to build a massive protective wall around your spirit. The corrupt algorithm did not bring you to this exact moment. The Holy Spirit gently guided your tired hands to find this profound healing message. You are permanently connected to a beautiful grid of chosen ones across the entire world right now, and this invisible network of light cannot be broken by any dark force. Now I am going to pray a final seal over your beautiful life. Close your tired eyes and just receive this holy impartation today. I ask the universe to place a heavy wall of pure fire around your mind. I decree that no dark weapon formed against your bright future will ever prosper. Your massive mega deposit is completely hidden from the greedy eyes of the broken matrix, and heaven is guarding your resources with absolute divine perfection. I ask heaven to wash away the final remnants of your deep exhaustion. Let a wave of absolute peace settle perfectly into your chest right now. You are completely safe in the loving arms of the divine Creator. The heavy storm has officially passed, and the dark clouds are finally breaking apart. The beautiful morning sun is shining directly onto your magnificent face, bringing a massive wave of healing warmth to your very tired bones. You have absolutely nothing left to desperately figure out today. The massive divine blueprint is already working perfectly in the background. You just need to breathe slowly and let the universe carry your heavy weight. You are a brilliant masterpiece of God, and your soul is completely spotless. Rest your tired spirit, because the rigorous preparation phase is totally finished, and your beautiful reward is already waiting for you at the finish line. The long days of bitter crying and heavy anxiety are behind you forever. You are walking into a massive harvest of completely effortless abundance. Keep your mouth perfectly silent and keep your gentle heart completely open. Heaven is incredibly proud of the resilient spiritual warrior you have finally become. You fought the invisible battles entirely alone, and you brought the absolute victory home to completely shatter the generational curses of your family line. Take one final deep breath as we slowly seal this holy transmission. Drop your tense shoulders and release the very last bit of your hidden fear. The magnificent doors of pure grace are locked securely behind your back. You can never go back to the painful life of a broken and tired survivor. You are stepping forward as an awakened, chosen one who fully understands their incredible worth, and the entire universe is bowing to your beautiful and pure frequency today. May the deep peace of heaven rest gently upon your beautiful soul. Your new path is completely illuminated by the bright light of the universe. Stay completely grounded in this quiet truth as you walk forward today. You are a true miracle, and your glorious spiritual season has finally begun. Breathe deeply and rest in your absolute power, because this holy message is now entirely complete.